They're called massage parlors. They're basically brothels. The girls came out and presented themselves. Johns would come in and they'd choose a girl and they'd go back into the room. Pimps aren't allowed to hang out in the parlors. And there was a rule. You don't want to scare the clientele away. And, the money was going to come to them anyway. They had a deal in place. But what happened was the pimps sort of feel like, what am I doing here then? What's my reason for being if I can't run women?
That's very interesting for Cece's character and the other pimps, in terms of status. I mean, where do we stand? They're really kind of ineffective.
We becoming extraneous in this whole situation. The money's still the money, but the pimp, who the fuck is he right now?
The importance of the street culture of the sex trade is lessened once it moves into its own functional industry. And so that conversation really is an existential crisis for the pimps.
We knew about Boys in the Sand. It's a really art house, gay, pornographic film.
A lot of people don't know it, but Boys in the Sand preceded Deep Throat. It ran for a good long while. It didn't get rated, so that was an incredible moment, and I think in some ways, a lot of people, including the mob, raised up and said, that thing's still running? The culture of gay pornography really was a political statement. Heterosexual side, it was still just dirty pictures with a lot of talk about freedom around it. But there was something different there, and it's sort of an interesting counterpoint.
26 years old, and your name's in lights, in a queer film that folks are driving hundreds of miles to see in a New York City theater. That's worth celebrating, baby.
For the gay community, where the very sexual act had been prohibited and delegitimized by the greater culture, the assertion of it through pornography actually was political.